Merry Christmas, everybody.
Greetings, friends and subscribers, and welcome to the 24 Days of Beermas.
Today is day 18, and we'll be drinking this.
Unibrow's Saison 13 Megadeth.
All right.
Let's try it.
Okay, so Unibrew, if you haven't heard, is a Canadian brewery that's based in Quebec, Canada. They sort of started. They got their feet going, their feet wet by developing Trappist-style beers in Canada, basically using like 200-year-old methods. And they become a much more popular brewery, doing some pretty unique things. And in this case, Saison 13 is a collaboration with Megadeth, and in fact is a nod to Megadeth's album 13 that launched in 2011. And so they worked out this collaboration to highlight like a spiced, fruity, malty beer that has 13 sort of key ingredients in it. And when they say they pour the glass, they say that it pours out sort of a pale amber with bright citrine highlights. And they say it's reminiscent of the autumn sunset atop a creamy, rich ale head. I'm not sure if that's all there, but I definitely get some citra hops on there.
There's definitely citrus in there.
Yeah. So other notably too, I think I'll mention really quickly, it weighs in at 6.1% alcohol by volume, has 19 international bitterness units, and it's a moderately effervescent beer. So the real question is, why would we choose Saison 13 as one of the 24 beers of Christmas, the 24 days of Beermas?
We thought that it was kind of reminded us of our youth and Christmas and music and stuff, and I didn't see any other musical styles
Yeah.
for others beer music, I guess, for Christmas that had a musical.
A musical connection, but I also like how it connected to like Saison 13. It is the season after all. And one of the things that I thought was like when I was a kid, I always wanted to get like the newest rock album or the newest like metal album as a Christmas present, and it was like the coolest thing to be able to get something like indulgent. And we put so much more value on a CD or an album back when we were kids than I think we sort of do now. So to me, it was very what's that word you use where you think back to your...
Nostalgic?
It was very nostalgic. That's good. Even though I was never a huge Megadeth fan. Anyway, to me that was part of it. It was like just the nostalgia of the idea of having sort of music. So yeah, I guess we'll try the beer. I definitely get some like citrusy on the nose. Some
strong citrus smells.
And a slight hoppiness too, for sure.
Definitely hoppy.
So I get an interesting mix of like a slight fruitiness, but also a little bit of bitterness in there. I don't know, do you get anything unusual, Julia?
No, not really. Actually, I don't find it that bitter at all. And I get a lot of the citrus flavor, a lot of orange, lemon, maybe even a little bit of grapefruit, but I'm not even sure if that was in one of the flavor
That's okay. I mean,
part of the flavor.
Those all go along with the citrus. I know the tasting notes say that there may be hints of like spice and peach in there as well, or maybe apricot, stone fruits.
Oh, maybe it's the apricot then.
They talk about nectarines, so I can get that. There's not a lot of sweetness associated with those flavors, but I think you could pick those out, after having read it.
I think apricot for sure is one of those flavors, and it's not bitter at all. I don't find it bitter. Bitter notes at all in this.
Yeah, I'd say like a smooth hoppy finish might be a better way to describe it rather than like a bitter finish.
Definitely.
So it does a pretty good job of muting those 19 IBUs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because considering I've had 15 IBUs and 12 IBUs that were extremely bitter, this is actually nice in comparison.
I had her sip a 100 IBU beer the other day, and it was not a total disaster for her.
Yeah.
She was like, but
so,
it's 100.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's our look at Saison 13. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and as always,
thanks for drinking with us.
cheers.